Well, good morning, everyone. And such a beautiful day outside today. But I thought I'd put in a little video, a short one today. Wanted to talk about the C sharp minor chord. It's an interesting chord. It changes the game on a lot of things. So I wanted to put this out there. You know, I used to play in San Francisco and on Ghirardelli Square when I first came to California. I hitchhiked here from New York. And so I'd play down there for spare change because I didn't have a job. I always made enough, though, to eat. And if I didn't, well, there's a lot of apples that are missing off those little stands. You know, if you've been to San Francisco, they have fruit stands. They're outside the stores with all these fruits just lined up. And as I walked by, sometimes some of them fell into my pocket. But it gave me something to eat. I really wasn't into stealing, but when you're hungry, those apples sure looked good. So the temptation was too great. Anyways, well, so when I was there playing, I commonly would meet up with other people that had guitars, you know, and when you did, it was I mean, every time you really met up, they'd start playing some kind of a blues tune, you know. And so you just kind of get in there and whatever you knew to add to it, you'd add to it. It was a lot of fun. And I learned a lot doing that, playing with other people like that. And I noticed even now when you go into music stores that if somebody sits down and starts playing, they always pick up something around the little bluesy tune. And of course you can just pick up alongside them and kind of play, and it's a lot of fun. But anyways, I bring this up because those blues chords are really centered around three chords. If you ever really looked at it, it's the E and the A and the B. If you're playing in the key of E, that is. I mean, you can play in other keys, but commonly we were playing in the key of E. And so it was, you know, that. And so you'd go to key for E to A to B. To E to A again. Yeah. And so that was real common. And if you think about it, that E, A, B is the 1-4-5. And that 1-4-5 is used in a lot of gospel music. The old gospel songs that we sang pretty much were three to four chords. You know, periodically they throw the 6 in there. But the 1-4-5 of those songs, C, F, G, and G, C, and D, very common with those old gospel songs. It's what made them so neat, because everybody knew them. You kind of knew where they were going to start and where they were going to end. Even with some of the choruses we would sing. But things have kind of changed, you know, with the gospel music, and we have a contemporary style that's going along with it. And I noticed just recently that there's a chord that's being thrown in amongst that E, A, and B that we play for blues and we play for a lot of the old gospel songs. And again, I say EAB, I'm talking about the 1-4-5. It could be in any key. But that EAB, common, now what you're seeing is this chord showing up. It's the C sharp minor. And I'm going to do it in a power chord. I mean, you can bar it. A up here, the power chord will look something like you take your pointer finger, go down 4 frets, and hit the 5th string. And then take your middle finger, go down to the 4th string, okay, and at the 6th fret. And then just lay your ring finger right next to it, same fret, just, be on the 3rd string. There's the power chord of the C sharp minor. Isn't that great? It's interesting because you can find that chord in other places. For instance, you can come up here to, let's see, the 9th fret, right? And take your pointer finger and put it on the low string, right there on the 9th fret. And then take your middle finger, and you're going to stay on that same fret, and you're going to be on string number 4. And then you're going to put your ring finger down next to it on the 3rd string, and then you'll put your pinky finger down right next to it, so you're all lined up in a row. See that? Okay, that's C sharp minor, same chord, except it's here. Isn't that neat? So we see that a lot of songs, we're seeing this chord show up, and commonly it's played in a power chord. Example of that is Lord of Lords. It's an oldie, I guess, from Hillsong, but it starts at C sharp minor down to A2, A chord, E, and bring it around back to B. Almost didn't find the B. And it's nice if you have a pick to do that with. And so that chord, you could actually do it a little bit differently if you think about other power chords. For instance, if there's this C sharp minor, right? You could move up, you could bar an A if you want, right? Or you can just take your bar off, just play that formation for the E, right? Except it's up here on the 6th fret. That's A barred, right? Just pick it up. And then go to the E, power E chord. And then go to the B. So it sounds like this. Now I'm messing up. Okay, let's try it again. That C sharp minor again. So you can see that. I mean, another song that comes to mind, Say So, uses that same thing, right? There's the E, except they throw a D in there. And then when it goes to Salt and Light, it goes to that chord. Say So is a Christian gospel song, if you don't know what that is, and it uses those same chords. Another gospel song is a new one that's just recently come out. It's In His Presence by Draylen Young. It starts out with that chord, that C sharp minor. Actually, it does a minor 7th, which is a little bit different, but you could still use a C sharp minor. It's the same chords. Except it's using the G sharp minor 7th instead of the B. So this would be the B chord, right? Basically, you just pick up your pointer finger and just put it on at the 4th fret. It's G sharp minor. So it's So as you can see, that chord, C sharp minor, is showing up in the gospel music today, and very common in a lot of the songs that we sing, the contemporary music. So I just thought I'd bring that forward because basically they added it to those blues chords and came up with all right. Well, I hope you have a great day out there, and I hope you have a little fun with this. And if you're a singer-songwriter, give it a try. Give that chord a try. In fact, even for finger picking, it's... This is pretty. Have a great day out there, wherever you are in this world, and get yourself a good cup of coffee and enjoy.